Well, my name is Hemanth. I am from India. I've been living in Dubai for a few years now, to be precise, from 2017, and travel between India, Dubai, and many other countries. And I have been an Enagic distributor for over 8 years now. Started in 2016, and right now, I'm in Dubai because, well, I'm building the business. I'm building emGuarde here because it's brand new. But the reason why I say that travel a lot because I have teams across in Nigeria, in Turkey, in many other countries. In fact, we just had amazing people rank up to 6A and above in Turkey and Nigeria. Okay, so that's who I am. I'm at a rank of 6A5-2 and help thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of families from the Kangen machine. So if you guys are already a Kangen machine user, put on the chat. If you're already using the beautiful, amazing Kangen machine, put on the chat. Go ahead. I'm using it for the last 8 years. Yeah, awesome. Love for K8. Yes, I'm a user, water and shower. Fantastic. I use all the product. I have the water machine, I have the Enespa, I have the Ukon, right? So what is this all about? What is this meeting all about? Let me tell you something. Like I told you, that this meeting is not just going to give you the information about this amazing technology, but also will enable you to bring this to the rest of the world. Okay. And that's why I truly believe that if you pay full attention to what we have to share with you here for the next 30 minutes or so, this meeting could be the start of your journey in Enagic. If you're first time, for those of you all who have no idea what Enagic is all about, I want to welcome you guys. And for those of you all already in Enagic, consider this your 2.0. Okay. So who's excited? Give me number 5 in the chat if you're excited for this. If it's your first time or if you've seen this before, give me 5 if you're excited. Awesome. Fantastic. So let's get started. So I'm so happy to share with you that, in Enagic, we've launched the latest patented technology, emGuarde. Now, what is emGuarde? What does it do? Basically, we create harmonious spaces around the world. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of disharmony that's there in the world, but at the same time, what emGuarde does is it looks after something called electromagnetic radiations. Okay, so why do we have to worry about it? Because if you see 30 years ago, okay, when we were all growing up, we had little or nothing to do with technology or gadgets. We used to play in the field, get hurt, and then again go back to play. Okay, and or maybe go to the school, very little use of technology or zero technology even when I was growing up, right? How many of y'all grew up in an era like this, away from all the technology? In fact, when I was in one of my school, one of my levels, right, it was so important that my parents even cut off television. So television was probably the only source of entertainment for us back in the day, right? So this is how we grew up, right? But nowadays, if you see what's happening, is kids, youngsters, everyone hooked on to their gadgets, right? Starting from the iPad, mobile phones, laptops, the Bluetooth headsets, and even nowadays we have the AR, what do you call that? Augmented reality or virtual reality headsets. Okay. And the thing is, children, when they're growing up, they're more susceptible to all the harmful effects caused because of these radiations. How many of you all are worried about this? You're worried about this. You've been concerned about this for a few months or a few years now. Put just W in the chat if you're worried, if you were worried about this. Yes, and so was I. Okay. And some of y'all could also be sensitive to these radiations because you could be feeling a bit imbalanced just by walking into a particular room, right? So the reason why that happens is because, when we talk about earth pollution, there are three major pollution. That's what we've been taught. That is air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. But what if I tell you most of us today unknowingly we're exposed to something called EMF radiation pollution? And the problem with that is you can't see this, right? You can't smell it, you can't feel it. So that's why it becomes really hard for you to isolate these radiations, from yourself, okay, for you to isolate yourself from these radiations because they're all over the place, okay, and these are many of the gadgets and devices that are emitting electromagnetic radiations, okay. Does any of these devices look familiar to you? These are devices that every household has these days, right? Probably more than one, some of the homes. Who has more than one of these devices? Put +1 in the chat. If you have more than one of these devices at home, you're exposed to these every day, put +1 in the chat. Yeah. So what is the negative effects? What are the negative effects uh, of these electromagnetic disturbances? 13 years ago, WHO had even published, they said that these kind of electromagnetic fields could be possibly carcinogenic to humans and could also cause a type of brain cancer. This was 13 years ago. And there was even a survey done in 2019 on the harmful effects of EMF on our health. And they said that the top problems like sleep problems, fatigue, are all mostly somewhere related to the exposure of electromagnetic frequencies, right? And these are problems that we see on a daily basis in every household, correct? So, I want to share with you some of the people's experience after they started using the emGuarde. And let's hear from some of our users. And this is Mr. Albert from Singapore. Let's hear his experience, what he feels after using emGuarde.
Hi, I'm Albert here. I'm from Singapore. I recently bought an emGuarde in October. The first person who experienced the result was my mom. She felt a lot of energy and can sleep better throughout the night. Whenever I travel to KL, I also bring the emGuarde along. Throughout the whole journey was a pleasant one and I don't feel tired at all. My helper, who is taking care of my mom, also has similar effect. She can sleep throughout the night and wake up very refreshed in the day. Truly, this emGuarde is amazing. Thank you, Catherine, for introducing emGuarde to me. Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. This is just one of the user's experience. Okay. And how many of you all could relate to him, the kind of problems that he was talking about? How many of you all could relate to him? If yes, type A, number or alphabet A on the chat. If you could relate to it. Okay. Relate to Albert. So type A. Yeah. And now let's hear from someone from Malaysia who has had an experience of using emGuarde. This is in I'm not sure if it is in Cantonese or Mandarin, but we also have subtitles. So for those of you who don't understand either of those languages, we have subtitles. Okay, so listen to this.
Hello，我是来自阿罗萨 Jazz，今天要与大家分享一下我用了 emGuarde 之前和之后的 testimonial， 我的分享。在还没有用 emGuarde 之前呢，我的睡眠不是很好，就每一天早上很早就醒过来，然后就睡不下去了，还有那个心情也非常暴躁啦。然后自从𝐿𝐿𝐿和 𝐿𝐿𝐿跟我分享了这个 emGuarde 之后呢，我决定买下来，是因为他们在我家测试，我家的那个辐射是非常高，所以呢，在第一晚我用这个 emGuarde 呢，我就觉得我的睡眠是特别好的，睡到都不想起来了，也觉得自己的心情啊，那个没有那么暴躁啦，孩子也发现我跟他们的沟通也越来越好。所以呢，这个 emGuarde 对我来说是非常棒啦。我的分享就在这里，谢谢。
Thank you so much, Miss Jess. Then now, did you hear that about the story of children and how they are much better now? How she's able to sleep well. Okay, now this is something this is something amazing because of the kind of experience that people share. And let me tell you something for those of you all watching this for the first time. Okay, now we have a lot more of these testimonials and a lot more of these experiences from our users. And I just wanted to bring a few here. And I'm going to also show you why they felt this difference. Because also scientifically, right, electromagnetic radiations, when you're affected by it, right, what happens is just like how you watched in the video, or if you joined later, these radiation that is passing through our bodies, right, constantly, it our blood cells get stacked up. The reason why that happens is because, blood has iron in content, right? And when electromagnetic radiation is passing through you, so basically the magnetic radiation causes the blood cells to get stacked up. And the more you're exposed to these technologies, the worse your blood gets stacked up, causing low blood circulation, poor circulation, low oxygen transport, reduced waste removal, headache, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and other, symptoms or consequences. And this is in a healthy red blood cell environment. So I want to ask those of you all, right, who are listening to me and watching me here, we all live in the city, right? But very few, or probably none of us, live in a place like this, like my background, away from technology, right? We don't live here, correct? But what if I tell you that with the use of emGuarde, right, pretty much you're, protected from the electromagnetic radiation, and that allows your blood cells to move freely. Okay, so this is the whole interest, and this is the live blood analysis of someone after testing their blood. So this is a person who's in his late 60s, and I know him personally. He's from Malaysia, and this is when he tested the blood of after using 20 minutes of mobile phone. This is how the blood looks like, and this was when emGuarde was off. And once the emGuarde was turned on, and he continued using the mobile phone for another 20 minutes, you can see how the red blood cells start to separate. Okay, from being stacked to starting to freely flow. Okay, so this is basically a live analysis to show the effectiveness of emGuarde on our blood. And this is another Dr. Liu Renji. He's an ophthalmologist in Taiwan. And what he did was he took 10 patients of different age groups, male, female, kids, and he tested the blood circulation around their eyeballs. Okay, and this is what he found. In the first stage, that is in the normal stage, the peak systolic velocity, or probably you can understand, is that the blood circulation around your eyeballs was 20.1. After 30 minutes of using mobile phone, it dropped down to 16.2. So you can see how the mobile phone has affected the blood circulation. And after turning on emGuarde and continue using the mobile phone and all that, they tested the blood circulation around the eyeballs. It is improved to 25.9. So some of you all might be asking me, how come it's better than stage one, right? The first stage was 20.1, right? But because mobile phones and laptops are not the only source of electromagnetic radiation. Like I showed you, the electromagnetic radiations can be coming from anywhere. Okay, and our body's absorbing it on a daily basis. So that's probably, one of the greatest things I can share with you here. And as we're speaking about people's experience, I want to share with you one short experience that I had with one of my customers. He's a very famous doctor. I wouldn't want to name him. Okay, and when he got the emGuarde, the moment I showed him the demo, he got the emGuarde, started using it, and in about 4 days' time, he called me up and he asked me, "Can I have the detector?" I asked him, "Doctor, why do you need a detector? Are you going to do demos?" You know what he says? He said, "No, Hemanth, I went through an eye surgery, and the side effect of that is low circulation, low blood circulation. And because of that, I have a lot of watering." And in about 4 days of using emGuarde, he noticed that the watering around his eyes had reduced. So, having impressed by that, he wanted to get the detector to show his friends and his colleagues what this amazing device is all about. If you guys found it interesting, put EMG in the chat. If you guys found it interesting and appealing for you to change your environment, that is to start using emGuarde. Put put in the chat EMG, not OMG. Sorry, Kim, I wasn't clear. EMG. EMG stands for emGuarde. Yes, EMG. Yeah, you can say OMG as well. Right. So now, what is emGuarde all gonna do? Right. Let's show you an amazing video of emGuarde here.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place of comfort, wellness, and security for your family. Today, we're using more digital and electronic devices. While they bring convenience and enjoyment, These devices also emit electromagnetic energies constantly during use. Invisible to our eyes, these electromagnetic energies affect the environment around us. As a result, we're exposed to these types of energies day in, day out. Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by 𝐏𝐿𝐴. When turned on, emGuarde harmonizes targeted electromagnetic noise radiation within 1 GHz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. emGuarde harmonizes the environment around you, making it safe for you and your loved ones. Simply place it wherever it's needed and plug it into a dedicated USB port, whether you're on the go, at work, or in the comfort of your home. emGuarde is designed to integrate seamlessly in any situation. You can now enjoy the benefits of technology without worrying about any potential risks. Protect your family's health and well-being. Contact your 𝐏𝐿𝐴 distributor today. emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life.
Amazing, isn't it? And how many of y'all were so excited to see that the use of emGuarde is so easy? It's just a USB cable. You can plug it in, put it in your car, put it when you're, traveling, put it in the flight. Maybe I travel with it in the flight as well. Of course, use it at home. Such a easy to use device, right? So that's emGuarde. And so what happens is, first of all, our technology is patented. Okay, we have 2 patents. Okay, the first patent is to harmonize targeted high-frequency electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 GHz. Okay, and the second patent is it improves the microcirculation of the blood. Okay, so once you turn on the emGuarde, it covers a range up to 4-meter radius or 8 meters diameter. Okay, and it's so easy to plug in. You get a Type-C cable with the emGuarde, and you just plug it and play wherever you go. Okay, so that's a beautiful part of emGuarde. Okay, now if you guys want, you can just take a screenshot or a photo of this just to make sure you know the specifications of the emGuarde. Okay, now why emGuarde? Right? Why do we need to suppress the radiation below 1 GHz? Because according to FCC stands for Federation of Communication Commission in the US. Now they say that human body absorbs RF energy in the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Okay, because we are also a ball of energy, right? And energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred from one thing to another. So we are constantly functioning at this frequency. So anything outside of us, the same frequency, we absorb it. To prove that, I want to show you this slide. Is an Indian scientist, and he says this is the frequency of the different organs in the body. For example, brain frequency is between 72 to 90 megahertz. And normal brain frequency is usually 72. Human body is between 62 to 78. Heart is about the same in all these organs. And this is an amazing video that you will see that when he uses a 512 hertz tuning fork, nothing happens. Okay, but when he uses 440 hertz tuning fork, because it's the same frequency, it creates something called as a resonance. Okay, and making the ping pong balls to move. Now that goes on to show that our bodies, being this frequency, we absorb these frequencies in our body and causing the cells to damage. And over the time, over use of all these technology and exposure to all the electromagnetic frequencies, we are basically deteriorating in the quality of our living. Okay, so, and the thing about these frequencies are, you cannot hear them, but your bodies can feel it, your brain can feel it. Okay, so that's why we need emGuarde. And this is a beautiful video I shot in an electric car, and just see how just see the emGuarde in action. Radiation detector, the RD9300. Now this detects the radiation levels coming out from this car. So I'm going to switch it on, and you will see the radiations going off the charts. You know why? Because everything about this car is electric, and everything it emits is EMR, electromagnetic radiation. That's not good for the body, right? Be it the steering wheel, the instrument panel here, and even the floor, because the floor is filled with electric panels. And what I also have here with me is the emGuarde, the patented technology from Enagic, Japan. So I'm going to keep my detector on and plug in the emGuarde here for you guys to see the effects. So if you are ready, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Did you see that? It just went straight to 0, making the people who travel in this car protected at all times. So that's why I always like to say, change your environment, change your life. Right, so that's me. Don't be shocked to see me on two channels here, one on the screen and one on the video here. That's me. We shot this in an electric car, so you could see how the emGuarde is protecting people from the electromagnetic radiation. And this is a video that I want to show you that your mobile phones and laptops are not the only source of radiation. And let's watch this
So I want you
video.
guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this.
I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde. Talk about this suppression. All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
Wow. Did you guys see that? Right? This is proof to show how, the emGuarde in action. So there is a lot of radiations coming from different sources, correct? So that's what I want to show you here.
Just zoom in.
Right, so how does emGuarde work? So the moment, basically we're using all these gadgets, including our hair dryers, emitting a lot of radiation, which is causing stress on the body. So once you turn on the emGuarde, this is what it does. It sends out harmonic frequencies that effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz within a 4-meter radius or an 8-meter diameter. So this harmonizing method achieves a balanced atmosphere while preserving the natural ambient frequencies. So that is how emGuarde works. And this is a test report of the emGuarde. So we actually tested the emGuarde for its ability to suppress the white noise, or what we call electromagnetic noise radiations. And these are the different places where we tested the emGuarde: in a residential place, in a working office, and also in a laboratory. Okay, I'm not able to pronounce it, but lab. Okay, right. So these are places where we usually spend our times, be it a home, office, or of course, if you guys are doctors, you'll be spending most time in the lab, right? And what they found after testing all this is the conclusion that emGuarde, that is our electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer, successfully elevates unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between 71 megahertz to 73 megahertz. Now, not two, but this one was just a frequency test because this is the same frequency of your brain. So that's what we tested. And this one is actually until a 6-meter coverage. So that is almost 6-meter radius coverage, right? But we want to under promise and say that 4-meter radius or 8-meter diameter, you get the coverage. So that's what emGuarde does. And that's why I like to say, change your environment, change your life, because, you never know how the world is going to evolve. And all these devices for sure brings convenience, but at the same time, there's a lot of side effects caused because of convenience. Okay. And if you guys agree with this and what you have just seen, right, I want to ask you guys a question. For those of you all watching this, right, now, what will be the value of having such a product in your home or in your office, for yourself, for your children, for your family? What will be the value? And I'm not talking in terms of price. and I'm talking in terms of the value that you're going to receive. Okay, because price is what you pay and value is what you get in return. So what kind of value can you expect from a device like this? Put on the chat. If you guys, what kind of value? Some of you are having some questions, right? We'll answer the questions. Look forward to this product being available in the UK. Yeah. All right. And yeah, we're doing these meetings, and I have something very important, okay, to share after this. Can there be a layman explanation of how it really suppresses the radiation? Now, there are some things that, because of the nature of the, what do you say, the inventors, they want to keep some of the core technology to themselves because they don't want it to go out open. But then, just like I mentioned, this layman way of explaining it is emGuarde sends out harmonic frequencies to suppress the electromagnetic noise frequency that's around us. Okay, so that's what emGuarde does. Okay, so that's the technology behind it. Okay, now, no idea about the price because I haven't. Yeah, that's why I'm going to share with you the price. But I want to ask you the value. A value like this, can you imagine my mom? She's a cancer survivor. And for many years, she was working in a school. And what happened was from 2021 onwards, she was not working. So she's always on the phone or watching television or wearing a Bluetooth headsets. And constantly, she had these episodes of fainting or nausea, right? And we didn't know why, right? Because we didn't know it is the radiations or what, correct? And she also never used to wear her glasses, constantly looking at the screen. And we've been using emGuarde for the last 8 months. I bought it in June last year. Since then, more than 8 months now, almost 9 months. And she's not had any episodes of fainting so far, touch wood. Okay. So that basically was an amazing value in my house that I could travel and still I can ensure that my family is safe. So that's the same thing. Even I fly a lot, and every time I take a long flight, I have a severe jet lag, and the next day morning, in the whole day, I need to sleep. But it's been 8 months now, 9 months, and I sleep like a baby. I mean, how do I say, in the flight, because before I couldn't sleep in the flight, and right after the flight, I'm ready to get things done. I don't really need that time to recover. Okay, so that's pretty much what happened to me. Okay, now I want to ask all of you a question. The reason why we're doing this call, like I told you, if you know something like this can help people and is a need of the hour, okay, and is still not launched, right? What is something that you will think of doing? You will want to be the first person to bring this to the rest of the world, right? So that's what I did. That's how I started selling, and our team is one of the highest selling team for emGuarde, in fact, right? Now, what I want to share with you is, in fact, that's why I shared with the company the vision in Dubai for them to be able to make this available as soon as possible. And we have a lot of our team members using emGuarde, right? But I want to share with you for the rest of you all who are not, who are from countries where we don't have emGuarde yet, right? The potential, and also for those of you all who are from the country where we already have emGuarde available, I want to share with you the business plan. And those of you all watching this, think of it as a moment in time. I used to work for Amazon 8 years ago, right? And when I joined Amazon, the share value was about $200. Now I don't know how many folds it has multiplied, right? And imagine 20 years back, if you had an opportunity to invest in something like Amazon, how many of you all would want to take it up now if you had the opportunity 20 years back, right? Most of you will want to take up that opportunity, right? But many of us missed the train back then, right? So this is something like that. Can you imagine, even forget about Amazon. If I ask you 20 years ago, if you knew about Kangen machine, how many of you all would have wanted to start 20 years ago? I'm sure most of you all here are not 20 years in Enagic using the Kangen machine. But if you had the choice, if you had the chance, how many of you would like to start first, right? So some of you are asking questions here. Make what do you say? Do cut me some slack because I have to switch between the chats and the presentation. What we can do is let me finish all the throughout the presentation, and then I get back to your questions. Okay. So If that's great, and let's move further to the next part, which is the vision of what we are here for. Okay, that is to bring emGuarde to the rest of the world. Okay, right now, emGuarde was launched in Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Hong Kong, and UAE at the moment. People can purchase from if they are from any of these locations, right? But for the rest of the world, you guys will be the gateway. You guys will be the channel, okay, to bring this to the rest of the world. That is something I believe because nobody else knows this in the world. Okay, so Enagic as a company, they've done amazing work. Enagic, we've been in last 50 years, coming close to 50 years now. We have offices in 26 countries. We have 43 offices. And what makes Enagic different? If you understand Enagic, and for those of y'all who here, your first time, you have no idea what Enagic is all about. Can you put in the chat, please, if you have no idea what Enagic is all about? Put number 2 in the chat if you have no idea what Enagic is all about. And those of y'all who already know what Enagic's history, put 1 in the chat. So I'd like to know my audience. Okay, so Kim, nice. Kim, you know about Enagic. So welcome back. And most of y'all know about Enagic, right? Some of y'all don't know. Joe, welcome, first time, right? So, I came across Enagic 8 years ago. And what made me really fall in love with the company is its history, their certifications, their endorsements, and most importantly, Enagic first started making machines for hospitals in Japan, and the domestic unit was launched in 1994. So the company is really rock solid with their technology, right? And that is exactly what you're seeing even with emGuarde, right? The product has been around for almost 12 plus years, but that was completely into the research and development phase and getting all the certifications, getting all the patents and everything approvals so that they can go all out. And that is Enagic, a rock solid company that will never let you down in terms of the product value. So that's the company, right? And we have offices everywhere. So if you are from any of these countries, it's just a matter of time until emGuarde launches into your place. Okay. Now, what is Enagic business all about? How can you be a part of it? Now, once you get a device, let's say the emGuarde, you get the device, emGuarde is 1,480 US dollars. Now, this is the same price all over the world, okay, approximately, okay, 1,480 US dollars. Now, 1,480 US dollars, once you get it, right, you are also eligible to start the Enagic business. So basically, with as a distributor, there is no monthly qualifications required. You don't have to meet any targets every month. Set the company doesn't give you targets every month. You set it for yourself if you want to. No, you don't need to buy stocks and keep it. The company supplies the products to you and your customers. No annual renewal fee, no yearly subscription fees, and group accumulative sales. What I mean by that is all the sales that you have done from day one is actually counted towards your rank advancement. So you can rank up even by helping your team members sell. So basically, the way how it works is, let's say you reach one of the top positions in Enagic and you take a break for a year and you come back and you want to restart again, right? In most companies, sales oriented companies, you will have to start from scratch. But in Enagic, once you continue from where you left off, that is the beautiful part with Enagic. Okay. You don't have to start from scratch. And Enagic, this is my favorite part. It's a global business. Like I told you, I travel around the world. And because of Enagic, I've been able to travel to almost 16 countries building this business. So you can do that as well. And sitting wherever you are, you can build this business, just like how we are all building. Now, the beautiful part of Enagic is we are a patented compensation plan. There are more than 200,000 direct selling companies in the world. Enagic is the only company that has patented its compensation plan. So what it means, first of all, it protects us as distributors. So the company cannot change the plan. And second of all, right, no other company can copy this plan. So you're looking at something unique and something that belongs to us, okay, in the entire direct selling industry. And legacy income inherited. So basically, let's say I'm building this business now for 5 years, 10 years, and something happens to me, right? I can even pass it on to my family members for them to continue running the business. Isn't that beautiful? If you like what I've shown you so far, give me number 8 in the chat if you like what I've shown you so far. Okay, so those of you are asking me Malaysia, Philippines, Hong Kong, UAE, Singapore. Singapore is the fifth country. Yeah. Right. Eight. Awesome. And the last but not the least, untapped market. Now, I am so excited when I'm sharing this with you because hardly we've sold, I think, about 5,000 emGuardes so far in all these five countries put together. 5 to 6,000 emGuardes, if I'm not wrong. Okay. And can you see the kind of potential? Kangen machines, we have over, I think, more than 1.5 to 2 million Kangen machines sold so far. And emGuarde, we just sold 5,000. So are you looking at the opportunity right in front of you? A huge opportunity, a huge untapped market right in front of you. So with Enagic, we pay out several types of commissions. And today we're going to focus on some of the most important points and also the long-term career, how you can build a long-term career in Enagic. How many of you all would like to be associated with Enagic for a very, very, very long time? Put long term in the chat if you would like to be associated with Enagic for a very long term. Put long term. Awesome, right? So that's why I love Enagic, because Japanese, they think long term. And that's why I want to share with you with Enagic, right? The direct sales system, like I told you, patented direct sale model. Once you get a product, you can basically sell to as many people as possible, and every single person that you sell to will be your direct customer. So you're basically having direct sales. Now once they buy the machine or the device, even they will want to share this with their friends and family and their network of people. When they do that, you get what we call indirect sales. With indirect sales, you get overriding commission. Okay, overriding commission. To remember this, direct plus indirect equals to group sales. We will be using this in the next slide, so please keep a note of this. And like I told you, in Enagic, we are a very long-term company. So I want you to see, before you start something, I want you to see the possibility, the long-term for you in this business, in this career. So I want to share with you something that, when you start off, right? When I started off, the first thing, what I knew was 6A was the highest rank. But what if I show you that there are ranks higher than 6A? What I mean by that is you will only operate this business with the vision that you come into, right? If your vision is just to sell 100 units or 200 units of emGuarde, then you will work as per that. But if your vision is to sell thousands and thousands and thousands of, for even millions of devices, then you will work differently. So that's what I want to share with you. And this is the long-term career path of Enagic. You start with 6A, okay? That is, once you have 200 emGuarde group sales in your group, you become 6A, and then you rank up. And the only way you can rank up is by helping your team members rank up. Isn't that beautiful? Right? So make sure your team members are successful for you to be successful. And the same way, you go up to a rank called 6A2-3, where you earn $25,000 one time, $5,000 monthly plus other incentive calculations. And there are some performance requirements to be met for you to earn these bonuses every month. And let me tell you something, Enagic, it only gets better when you go up in the rank one by one, because every time you go up in rank, you're helping people change their life. Okay. So why I say that is because not just we are protecting people from the radiation or giving them good water, but most importantly, we're also looking after the financial health, because good physical health and good financial health will give you good peace of mind. So that's the goal of Enagic. Okay. So now when I'm showing you this long-term career path, I'm also going to show you how you can achieve 6A and help your team members achieve it, because there's no fun in just me talking about all these ranks if I can't show you what's the way how you can reach 6A. Okay. Now, what is the first one, or the 8-point commission? The 8-point commission is basically from the price of the emGuarde, the company sets aside a certain margin or a commission to be paid out to all of us, the users of the product. So, as Enagic members, some of you all already know Enagic, already using one of these devices. As an Enagic member, right, you earn $85 for 1A. And for those of you all who are coming in for the first time, you just get the emGuarde and you're ready to get started. You get $65 per 1A. What is 1A? 1A is just a slice from the whole cake, or how do I call it? The whole pizza. Okay. Um, this is 8 points that is set aside per machine, and the company pays out 65. Why do I keep say 65? Because most of y'all, I'm not sure if you already have a device, but I'd like to under promise. So the least that you can earn is $65 for 1A. Okay. But let me show you something. In Enagic, right, especially with emGuarde, some of y'all had this question, right? There is no educational bonus. Educational bonus with so there's something called as a special point. There's no special point with emGuarde. 1 unit sale, that is um every emGuarde that you sell, if you're a new person, it is counted as 1 unit sale. Okay, up to 5A. But for the purpose of 6A calculations and the monthly and the quarterly bonuses for 6A and above ranking distributors, it is counted as zero point 0.5 units, which is half a group sale. So just to clarify, if you sell 50 emGuardes, you can become a 5A. What is 5A? I'm going to show you later. Okay. But for the purpose of 6A and above, every emGuarde is counted as half group sale. Okay. We will know this as we proceed with the presentation, but I'm just going to bring it up to you first and then we will talk about it later. Okay. No pass up, unlike Wukon, it follows the 8 point commission system and no E8PA member discount for emGuarde. Okay. So just to recap, every time you sell an emGuarde, the company sets aside for 1,480 US dollars. Let's say you come in with an emGuarde, you buy the emGuarde and you start the business with an emGuarde. The company sets aside $520 for that sale towards paying for all the distributors. Okay. Now, $520 is split into 8 parts, which is called 8A or 8 points. Hence the name 8A 8 point commission. Okay. So 1A here is 65 or 1 point is 65. Okay. So how much does the company pay you on your sales? On your first and your second sale, you earn 1A, which is $65 per machine, per emGuarde. Now, why am I using dollars? Just to keep it standard across all the markets. We have so many people from different parts of the world. So you can just convert it to your currency, your home currency. So for the first two sales, you earn $65 and you go up the next rank, that is 2A, on your third direct sale. You earn 130 US dollars. So every direct sale you make um after third direct sale, you earn 130 US dollars. And the next rank is 3A. You earn 195 US dollars after 10 group sales. Now, remember group sales in the previous slides we saw direct plus indirect equals to group sales. So if you have 10 emGuarde sales, doesn't matter direct or indirect, after 10, every direct sale you make, you earn $195 per machine. Good or very good? What do you think? Put it on the chat. And you earn 4A, that is 260 US dollars after 20 group sales. So once you have 20 units, that is direct, indirect, doesn't matter. Once you have a total of 20 emGuardes in your group, the next direct sale you make is 260 US dollars per emGuarde. And the next rank is 5A. You earn 325 US dollars per emGuarde after 50 group sales. Okay. Now, remember this 50, 20 are all cumulative. So once you have 20, for you to achieve 50, you need 30 more units. Okay. Now, after you have 50, every direct sale you earn 325, and the next rank is 6A. You become a 6A distributor. Pay close attention to this. After 200 cumulative emGuarde sales. Okay. So 200 emGuarde sales you have in your group, then you can be eligible to become a 6A. And as a 6A, every direct sale you make, you earn $390 per machine, US dollars per machine. Good or very good? Some of you are saying very good. That's good. Okay. Now, just remember this. I won't go deeper into the fact of you selling a mix of emGuarde, Kangen machines, Wukon, and Espa, because they all have a different point system, right? But the whole focus today is about emGuarde, and any questions you have about how does it work for the mix of products, we will take it up later in question answers. Okay, great. Now, how much would you earn? Let's say some of them ask me, Hemanth, this is all in my direct sales. Okay, the previous slide was all about direct sales. Now, let me ask you all a question. In this business, your direct sales are going to be more or your indirect sales are going to be more? Which one? Direct more or indirect more? which one is going to be more? Indirect is going to be higher, right? So what I showed you is only a direct sales commission. What I'm going to show you here are your indirect sales commission. So are you guys ready? If you're ready, say ready on the chat. Ready. Awesome. If you're ready, I'm ready. Right? So once you make your direct sale to a guy called Tom, for the first direct sale, how much does the company pay you? First direct sale, first sale of emGuarde. Can someone answer? 65. Wow. Wilson, good, right? 65. Now, once you sold a emGuarde to Tom, you earn 65. Now, when you make your second direct sale, how much does the company pay you? Another 65. Okay. And when you make your third direct sale, how much does the company pay you? Who remembers? 130. Yes, perfect. 130 US dollars. Now look at this carefully. Every time when Tom or Alex sells, right, you earn 1A. That is $65 per machine. So let's say Tom sells to Grace. You earn 65. Grace sells to Polly, you earn 65. Polly sells to Arthur, you earn another $65 per unit. Right now, some of y'all names here, I already see you guys in the meeting today, right? So these are all just example names, not real names, not what do you say, real structure of anyone, but just to give you an example. Now, what this means is everything in green is your commission in dollars. Okay. Now, on your fourth direct sale, how much does the company pay you? Who can answer this question? On your fourth direct sale, how much does the company pay you? 390. Wow, that's like almost 3 steps ahead. 195. What's the right answer? The right answer is still $130. Why not 195 or 260 or 390? Because remember, for you to earn 3A, 3 points, you must have 10 group sales. And you don't have 10 yet. You only have 4 plus 3, 7. So that's why you earn 130. But the good news is, every time when Kim sells a device, you earn 130, 130, 130 per machine. Is that good? Very good. Yes, no 10 group sales yet. Now, once you have 10 and the next direct sale you make, you rank up and you earn 195 US dollars. Just remember, every rank goes up by $65. So basically, it's an increment of $65 for every rank. Okay. Now, what it also means is your rank advances on your direct sale. So if you want to rank advance, you need to make a direct sale. And your indirect sale commission depends on the sale that it is on the line it is coming from. So, for example, if May decides to sell devices, how much would you earn for every machine that May sells? Every emGuarde that May sells, how much will you earn? 195. Perfect. Every time when Alex sells, how much will you earn? When Alex sells, let me see if you guys getting it right. 65. Yes, 65. Correct. And every time when Annie sells a device, how much will you earn? Well, I'm giving it off here, $130 per unit. Yes, right? Like I told you, your indirect sale commission depends on the line the sale comes from. So when John makes a sale to Don, what do you guys think? How much will you earn for Don's purchase? For Don's purchase, how much will you earn? 130? Ah, yes. Most of y'all are technically right. But remember, for every device, there are 8 points to be paid out. So for Don's unit, there are 8 points to be paid out. John makes his first sale to Don. How much will John earn for his first sale? Please help me calculate. 65. That's right. Now, John is in the 2A line of Bob. So every time, Bob, basically John comes in the 2A line of Bob. So every time John sells, how much will Bob earn? Who can answer this? 130. Wow, that was quick. And the same way Annie earns 2 points, Kim earns 2 points. And remember the 8 points? From the 8 points, the company has paid out 1, 3, 5, 7. So what is remaining? If 7 points are paid out, 1 point is remaining. So for Don's machine, you earn 1 point, which is 65 US dollars per emGuarde. Okay. Now, why does the company pay the 65? Because they say we only have 8 points. We cannot pay more. We cannot pay less. And the company is very fair with us. Is it good to be working with a company that is fair with the distributors? Exactly, right? So that, the company doesn't overpay. Correct. Now, when you look at the next example here, when John makes a sale to Dave, it's the same logic. You earn 65 US dollars per unit. And when John sells to Dan, for Dan's machine, how much will you earn? Who can answer? For Dan's machine, how much will the company pay you? You. 65? Some of you still think it's 65? Okay, let's calculate 8 points. Okay, so 8 points for Dan's purchase. How many points do you think John will earn for his sale to Dan? How many points will he earn? 1 point, 2 points, right? Because Dan is in the 2A line of John. So John earns 2A. These guys earn 2 each. So out of the 8 points, all the 8 points are paid out. So there is nothing left for you to earn. Now, this is what we call a non-8A sale, a sale that is out of your 8 points and there is nothing left for the company to pay us. Okay. Now, many of y'all might see zero as a problem. Many of y'all might say, hey, month, zero is not a problem. Well, for those of y'all who see this as a problem, I must tell you, I was like you as well. When I saw this plan many years ago, I said, oh my God, you're not paying me for the sale. It's not good. It's a problem. But then I was enlightened and I was told that, imagine if the company paid us for Dan's purchase, then they would be overpaying, right? They would be going beyond what they've but set aside. Now, any company that does that will not sustain for a long time, right? Who agrees with me on that? Put in the chat. I agree, or yes, or whatever, right? So that was something that was brought to my notice, and I felt so good at that time because, well, that they are right. Because if a company starts overpaying, they cannot sustain for a long time. And no wonder I saw Enagic is over 4 decades, coming close to 5 decades now already, right? Who here you feel proud to be part of Enagic? Those of y'all who feel proud, type me in the chat if you feel proud to be part of Enagic. I am. And those of you all who are new, right? It's just a matter of time until you start feeling proud to be part of this amazing company. Okay. Now, also what the company says, the commissions are only stopped from John's organization, but can the rest of them continue to sell? Like Ali, Abu, Bryce, Ben, they can all continue to sell. And let me ask you all a question. You guys came in with a vision to sell 1 million units, correct? Are you going to just stop after 20 units? No, right? So what happens if you make a direct sale? Let's say after 20 units, you made a direct sale to Tony and Tony bought a emGuarde. You make $260 for Tony's sale. And every time Tony sells, you earn $260. And after 50 units, when you make a direct sale to someone called Simon, you make 325 US dollars per unit. And let's say together in your group, all of you from the first sale till Simon, everybody put together, you work together and you have a total of 200 units sold in your group. How much will you earn? 390 US dollars after 200 units. Now, my question to you is, how many of you all you see serious potential in this business? Type SP in the chat, SP, serious potential. And how many of you all see there's a lot of, lives that you can impact through this project? Yes, type impact or yes, or anything, just engage with me because the energy you give me, I can give you guys back energy. Who here is enjoying the session with me? Who here is getting more value from the time that you spend with me? Yes, thank you. Thank you if you do so because I want to pass it back to you because of your attentiveness, because of your attention, you're receiving the value. So I want to thank you all. And those of y'all who turned on your camera, a big high five to you or double high five to you guys, to being engaged with me, right? Because showing up makes a whole lot of difference and you guys show up. So I really appreciate you. Now, those of y'all who see potential in this business and those of y'all who want to pass this on to the rest of your community and your circle, would you agree with me that for you to do any business, you need to learn the right ways and you need the right guidance, the right coaching, and the right strategies for you to be able to build this business successfully, right? So those of you all who agree with me, And I want to tell you guys what we just shared with you today is less than 1% of the value of the trainings and of the things that we imbibe onto our members or onto our, fellow energetic distributors, right? So because what I want to share with you now is one of the secrets or one of the main reasons why I was able to achieve the rank that I am in, and I was able to help people achieve. And if I just tell you guys, I have in excess of over 56A distributors in my team. 56A distributors. How many of you would like to create that for yourself also? Or how many of you already have that? If you have that, my high fives to you, right? But how many of you would like to create, help at least 50 people have reached the rank of 6A and many more coming every month, correct? And can you imagine if I have 50 people who become 6A, then the number of 5As, the number of 4As, even a lot more, right? So fantastic. So I want to give you guys secret and I want you guys to take this seriously. Okay. The secret is the Essential Energic Workshop. Now, this is the secret. This is the key for you to unlocking all the, what you say, amazing things that will allow you to be successful in this business. And this workshop, was the one that helped people get the clarity on the product, on the business, and a lot of strategies on how to make it scalable for you. And those of you all who want to attend this, who here you would want to attend a workshop like this? You want to attend this workshop? Type EEW in the chat. EEW in the chat. If you want to attend a workshop like this. Fantastic. And you know what? This workshop is happening very soon. As you see the flyer, the workshop is happening on the 27th of April this month. And there's still a lot of time for you to, start promoting it and start getting people onto this workshop because we're just on the 3rd of April. Okay. Where is it happening? It's happening in the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. I have been to the city so many times, and this workshop is open for everyone. Yes, some of you are asking me if it's open. Yes, it's open for everyone to attend, right? Please take a screenshot of this and make sure you guys get a ticket because I'll tell you something. When I joined in, I was only 22 years old in Energic and had no experience of building any business in network marketing or direct sales. All I did was just bring people into this workshop, right? So I want to tell you guys something that the fees for this workshop is very, very minimal, right? For the value that it can give to you. Okay. And at the same time, don't come alone if you're coming. In fact, I'm going to be there. I'm going to fly in myself and be there for the workshop so that I can train and share all the values that we have, how we've built this business successfully. So this workshop is happening on the 27th of April, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. live in Malaysia. So those of y'all who are from other parts of the world, make sure you're there and make sure you're not just there alone because the biggest mistake people do is coming alone. Okay. So I want to tell you guys that coming alone, the only thing that you'll be doing is just warming the seat. Sorry, don't get me wrong. Okay, right? Because if you come there by yourself, right, great, you get the value. But if you're taking the pain and trouble to come all the way, why not come along with at least 5 to 10 team members of yours or friends of yours? Because when they come in and see the same vision as you do, you already have a team of people that like-minded and want to go conquer the world together. Okay, so that's my invitation. Take a screenshot of this. There's a QR code, there's a link. Make sure you get your tickets as soon as possible. They're very limited tickets. Almost, I think most of it is sold out. Very few tickets left. And in fact, the event is also a very limited space. We can't take more than a certain capacity. Okay. Some of you are asking, is this on Zoom? No, this is in person, in live, in the hotel, in Mid Valley in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, now I want to ask you guys, how many of you all, after attending my session today, you feel that you wish to have brought in more people into this Zoom session that you're attending? You wish that you brought in more people, and you want to have such sessions happening frequently. Who here you want to have such sessions happening frequently? Fantastic. You know what? Sometimes Energic and ourselves, right? We are so generous that we want to make this session accessible to each one of you. So, and how many of you all commit to bringing more members for the next one that we do?